my name is Sam Glass. I am the assistant director of A Midsummer Night's Dream. We would like to let you know a few notes before we start the show. Exits are over this side and then at the back of the house, so if there's anything crazy happens, we all need to evacuate, that's where you'll be going. Also, there will be one 15-minute intermission. Make sure to keep the aisles where the stairs are clear because there will be actors coming in and out of there. Additionally, a brief warning, we have a prop knife used in this show very briefly and is very unrealistic. And there are some staged fights. It is all staged and everyone is okay. We have also tweaked the original story of A Midsummer Night's Dream, so there are some mild themes of homophobia. One final thing is that we ask you to please return the programs at the end of the show. We can only print so many. Thank you all for coming and enjoy the show.
Like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night, and 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow now bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Straight, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The veiled companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I woo thee with my sword, and one I love doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaints against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my gracious duke, this girl hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, hast given her rhymes, interchanged love tokens with her. Thou hast, by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice, verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy. With cunning hast thou turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace, consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, fair Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, and yea, one to whom you are but as a form. Wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to lead the figure, or disfigure it.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, and whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon, Thrice blessed they that master so their blood to endure such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier is the rose distilled than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Well and sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazy title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love. Mine my love shall render, and she is mine. And all my right to her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, my fortunes, every way, as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius, and which is more than all these boasts can be. I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch it to his head, made love to Neater's daughter Helena, and she, a sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and which Demetrius ought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come Egeus, I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you on yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death, or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer my love. Demetrius and Aegis, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there to fade so fast?
Your life for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was difference in blood,
Cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else miscathed in respective years,
Spite, too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends,
Oh hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
or if there were sympathy and choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, swift as the lightning of the calling that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, or fancies follow.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow on aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house a remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only child. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee into that place the sharp Athenian law cannot follow us. If thou lovest me, steal forth from thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrows with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, by all the vows that men have ever broke, and number more than ever women spoke, in that same place where thou hast appointed me tomorrow truly, I will meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear, when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so, your words I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye, your eye, my tongue, your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the beating of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he shall no more see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that she hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, that time and lovers' flights doth still conceal. Through Athens' gates have we devised to steal,
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet. There, my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep promise, love. We shall starve our sights from lovers' food tomorrow.
I will, my Hermia. Helen, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eye, so I, admiring of his qualities, thinks base and vile, holding no quantity. Love can transpose into form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, for in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius ever looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oaths
that he was only mine. And when this hail, some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved. Showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here mean I, to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither, and back again.
Is all our company here?
University Hall generally, man by man, according to the script.
Very well. Here is a scroll of all the names of every man who was thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then list the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
I assure you, and a merry. Now, list the names of the actors. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. McBottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
McBottom, you are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
This will take some tears in the true performing of it. If I am to do it, let the audience look to their eyes, for I will move storms. I will condole in some small part. Yet, my key cure is that for a tyrant, I could play Heracles, rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates. Amphibious car shall shine from far to make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty, but list the names of the rest of the actors, for that is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Yeah, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
And what is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You will play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may cover my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe. Ah, Pyramus, thy love of grace and lady grace.
You must play Pyramus and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
You must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker. Here, Peter Quince. You must play Pyramus's father.
Yeah!
Myself, Thisbe's father. From the joiner, you the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? I pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore. It is only roaring.
And I may play the lion too. I will roar, that I will do any man's heart good to hear it. I will roar, that the Duke will say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
You were too terribly, you would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion destined but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar and toward any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a most proper man that one may see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play in?
Why, what you will.
I will wear either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your perfect yellow.
You will play barefaced. But, Master, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the woods a mile without the town by moonlight. There will be rehearsed, for if we rehearse in the city, we will be dogs with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of property, such as our play wants. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet, and there we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains. Be perfect.
Adieu. At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you? Over hill, over dale, through brush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through friar. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy king to do his orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall his pensioners be, in their gold coats, spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors, in those freckles live their savors. I must go and seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl at every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lobe of spirits, I'll be gone. Our king and all his elves come here anon.
The queen doth keep her revels here tonight. Take heed, the king come not within her sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that he, in his stubbornness, hath forsook his duties as husband and king. She never had so lonely a spring. And now they never do meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square, that all their elves, for fear, creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery, those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck? You do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speak'st aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make her smile, while I, a fat and bean-fed horse, beguile, nay, in likeness of a filly foal. And sometime lurk I in gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she sips upon her lips, I bob, and down her wither do I pour the ale. The wisest don't tell this saddest tale. Sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bump, down topples she, and Staler cries and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir holds their hips and laugh. And mark the numbers, and sneeze, and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there, but room very. Here comes Oberon.
And here my sovereign, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight. Proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Fairy? Skip hence, I have forsworn her bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy wife?
then I must be thy lord. But I know, when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? But that forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wed, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Weds in my prayer with Apollo, knowing I know thy love to Theseus.
These are the very forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the midsummer spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls, thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed, and through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of crimson rose, and on old Hiam's thin and icy crown an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, the summer, child in autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate. From our dissension, we are their parents and original.
You amend it then. It lies in you. Why should Titania cross me? How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts.
Give me thy hand and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Ferry away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way! Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury! My gentle Puck! Come hither! Thou rememberest that very time I saw but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took at a fair vestal thrown by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, that might pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shafts quenched in the chaste beams of the watering moon, and the imperial votress pass it on, in maiden meditation, fancy-free. But marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell, it fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and the maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids lay will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that sees. Fetch me that flower, and be thou here again as the Leviathan can swim a league. I go, look how I go! Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when he is asleep. And next thing he, then waking, looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, he shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off his sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make him render up his hand to me. Who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay. The other slayeth me. Thou toldest me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot have my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. Yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you well, or rather, do I not in the plainest truth tell you I cannot, nor do not love you?
And for that do I love you all the more. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and entrust yourself to the ones in the hands that love you not. To trust the opportunity of night, the ill counsel of a desert place, with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think that I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company. For you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will. The story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger, bootless speed. When cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou followst, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in these woods.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, field, you do me mischief. Aye, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We were not made to fight for love, as men may do. We were made to be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee. To make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, then. Ere he do leave this grove, you shall fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there, welcome wanderer?
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grow, quite over canopied with lush vine, with sweet musk roses, and with elgin thyme. There sleeps Titania sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake sheds her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak his eyes and make him full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it. Seek through this grove, a sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it to the next thing love espies doth be the lady. You shall know the one by the Athenian garments they hath on. Effect it with some care. This youth may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow. Fear not, my queen, your servant shall do so.
Come, now around the fairy song and then to your offices, and let me rest.
Spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs, hear us sing.
Newts and blind worms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy king. Weaving spiders, come not here. Hence, you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetle black, approach not near. Worm nor snail, do no offense.
Never harm.
Nor spell nor charm.
Come, our lovely lord nigh.
So good night, with lullaby. Hence, away. Now all is well. One, aloof, stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce, or cat, or bear, par, or board with bristled hair, in thine eyes it shall appear when thou wakest. It is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and this betrothed I have lost our way. Well, rest as Hermia if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Wind you out of bed, for I, upon this sake, will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense sweet of my innocence. Love takes the beating and love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we may make of it. Two bosoms, interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. And end life when I am loyalty. Here? Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none.
awake when I am gone, for I must not Oberon. Stay thou not kill me, sweet Demetrius!
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, will thou darkly leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone shall go.
I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more is my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies. For she, blessed and attractive, how came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, else my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No. I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me do run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine did ever make me compare with Hermia's fairy eye? But who is here? Lysander? On the ground. Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good friend, awake.
And run through fire. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom lets me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? I'll fit a words that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so. What though he loves your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. So be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? My love is by my reason swayed. Reason says that you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season. And I being young till now still ripe not to reason. And now, touching upon the point of human skill, reason is now martial to my will. It leads me to your eye, where I o'erlook. Love stories written in love's rich.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve such scorn? It's not enough. It's not enough, young fan, that I never did, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good truth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you one of more true gentleness.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, lie thou there. Never makes Lysander come here. Oh, just as the surfeit of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most by those they do deceive, so thou, my surfeit, my heresy, of all hated, but most of me. And all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and be her knight.
Help me! Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. By me, for pity. Oh, what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Oh, methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander, And if you here speak of all loves, alack, where? I swoon, almost with fear. No? Well, then I perceive you are not I. Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
That's Pat. And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot will be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it for the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. For instance, Pyramus must draw his sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By Our Lady kin, a perilous fear!
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit, for I have a device to write, make all well. Write me a prologue, and in this prologue, let it seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is indeed not killed. For the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of their fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear the lion, promise you.
We ought to consider with ourselves to bring in, God save us, a lion amongst ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there's not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
No, we will say his name, and half his face will be seen through the lion's mask, and he himself must speak through, saying thus or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies. I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, for if you think I come hither as a lion, 'twere pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And then let him speak plainly and say his name, for he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there is two hard things. One, to bring in moonlight into a chamber, for, as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night that we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look at the almanac! Find out moonshine! A calendar! Look in your phone! Look in your phone! You have a calendar?
Yes, it must shine that night.
We will leave a casement of the great chamber window where we perform open, that the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or one must come in with lantern and bush of thorn and say that he is to disfigure or otherwise present moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For, says the story, Pyramus and Thisbe did speak through the hole of a wall. Oh, you can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
We will get a man or some other to play wall. And some loam or some rough cast or some plaster about him to signify wall. Or we will let him hold his fingers thus, and he will whisper through the...
That may be that all is well. But come, every mother's son, sit down and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin once you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so every man according to his cue. goes but to see a noise that he has heard and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky juvenile and igmo lily. True as truest horse, and yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus. Ninny's tomb.
And you must not speak that yet, that you answer to Pyramus. You speak your parts all at once. Oh, Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tiger.
Oh, true as truest horse, and yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Monsters, those streets we are haunted. Free masters, fly masters, help!
I'll lead the matter out. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound. And then, and more, and more, and more, and more. Like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, and every turn.
Why did they run away?
This is an every event to make me afeard.
Oh, bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass out of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thee, thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To frighten me, if they could. But I will not stray from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down, and I will sing that they shall hear. I am not afraid. The ouzel cock, so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, and the red little quill.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. Thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, sir, you should have little reason to that. But to speak the truth, love and reason keep little company together nowadays. The more's the pity that some honest neighbors would not make them friends. Nay, I can leak upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither, but if I have wit enough to leave these woods, I have enough to serve my turn.
Out of this wood, do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am spirit of no common race, the summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on crescent flag flowers doth sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moat, and mustard seed.
Ready! And I!
And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes to have my love to bed and to arise. And pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal! Hail! Hail!
Hail!
I cry your worship's mercy. Heartily, I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb. Cobweb. I shall desire you of more acquaintance. If I should cut my finger, I will make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peace Blossom!
Peas Blossom, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, too. Oh, your name, kind sir?
Mustardseed.
Mustardseed. I know your kindred well. 'Twas a cowardly, giant-like ox thief that hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. And I promise you, my eyes water for you ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance as well. Mustardseed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon weeps to a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awakened. Then, what it was that next came in his eyes, which he must dote upon in extremity. Here comes a messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rules now about this haunted grove?
Your husband with a monster is in love. Within his close and consecrated bower, while he was dull and sleeping hour.
A crew of patches, rudely handfuls, who worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest, thick skin of that barren sort who Pyrrhus presented in his sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, in asses, no, I fix it on his head. Anon, his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my minute comes, when they him spy, his wild geese, the creeping fowler eye, or russet painted chuffs, many and sore, rising and going at the gods' report, sell themselves and madly sweep the sky. And I said away, and I here, o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense, thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated and the Athenian woman by her side, that when she wakes, of course she must die.
Stands like this the same Athenian?
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in her sleep, then being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not as true unto the day as she to me. Would she have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll sooner believe that this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may thus through the center creep, and displace her brother's noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be but that thou hast murdered her. So should a murderer look, so dead she were.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced to the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is she? I pray thee, good Demetrius, wilt thou give her me?
I would rather give her carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur! Thou hast driven me past the bounds of a maiden's patience. Hast thou slain her then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon her being awake? And hast thou killed her sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not I warn an adder do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is she dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee then, tell me that she is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege, never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether she be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. For sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt a bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which in some slight measure it will pay, if first tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, not a false turn true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oh.
About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, seest thou brings her here, while charm his eyes again she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from Tartar's bow!
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fawns pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will fate overrule that one man holding troth, and then they feel the money alone. Oh!
Why should you think I woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow
cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh, devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in scales, will even weigh. And both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen! Goddess, nymph perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine? Eye crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe and show. Your lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow. When thy holds of thy hands, oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you are bent against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? To vow and swear and super praise my parts when I know you hate me both in your hearts. You are rivals and love Hermia. And now rivals to mock Helena? A trim exploit. A gallant enterprise to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. No. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
Demetrius, you are unkind. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here, with all my goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do until my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her is but a guest why sojourned. And now to Helen, this home returned, there to remain.
Helen is not so.
Wait, thou dost not know, rest in thy peril, thy abiding dear. Oh, look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Wherein a doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander found, mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But what unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should she say whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let her bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery oars and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could this not make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Ah, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with your foul derision? It's all the counsel we two have shared. The sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time. Is all forgot. All school days friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, sides, voices, and minds had been incorporated. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet in union, in partition. Two lovely berries, bolted onto one stem, do but to one. Two of the first, like coats in heraldry, do but to one, and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder, in joining with them, in scorning your poor friend? 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may strive you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I'm amazed at your words. I scorn you not. Seems that you scorn me.
Have you not, said Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and said your other love? Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore says he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within her soul? And tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your send by your consent. What, though I am not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved? This you should pity, rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths on me when I turn my back, wink at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be quaffled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But farewell. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
I cannot compel any more than she can entreat. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than she can do.
Say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Oh, quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Wake you.
No, she'll seem to break loose, take on as her follow, and then come not. You are a tame soul, go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird. Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
I love? Out! Out, unloaded medicine, oh hated potion heads!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds thee. I'll not trust thy word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead?
What?
Oh, though I hate her, I will not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news is this, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I'm as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why, you left me, oh the gods forbid, in earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee again. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh me. You juggler. You canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from her?
Fine, you think? Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? Will you
she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with her. And are you grown so high in her esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not so low but that my nails can reach unto thine
I am a right maid for like cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
lower. Hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so angry with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that. In love unto Demetrius to tell him of yourself unto this wood. He followed you. For love I followed him. But ye have chid me hence, and threatened to spurn me, strike me, and nay to kill me too. So you will let me quiet now. To Athens I will bear my folly back and follow you no further. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
My foolish heart, which here remains.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, he shall not, though you take her part.
When she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when we were in school. And though she be but little, she is fierce.
Oh, little again. Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Oh, get you gone, you minimus of hindering not grass maid. You acorn!
You are too officious in her part that scorns your service. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest, to see whose right of mine or thine is most in Helena.
Follow, no! I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you.
I'll not trust you, nor stay any longer in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed. Not what to say. Still, thou mistakest. Or else, thou commits these knaveries willingly?
Believe me, Queen of Shadows, I mistook.
Did not you tell me I should know them by the Athenian garments they had on? And so far blameless am I in this enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes, as thou bid me do.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Aye. Therefore, good Robin, o'ercast the night and lead these testy rivals so straight, the one not come within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometimes frame thy tongue, and stir Demetrius up to bitter wrong, and sometimes rail thou like Demetrius. And from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows doth counterfeiting sleep, with batty wings and leaden legs doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eyes, whose virtue hath this virtuous property to take all error from off her sight and make her eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they awake, all this derision will seem but a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens, to the lovers' men, with league whose date till death should never end. While I, in this affair to thee employ, I'll to my king, to bring union and joy. And when I take this from off his sight, from monstrous view, all things will be peace.
Believe me, Queen of Shadows, this must be done with haste. For night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger. At his approach, ghosts wander here and there, troop home from churchyards. Already to their wormy beds have gone. For fear, lest they should look their shames upon, they willfully themselves exile from the light. And must I consort with black-browed knights?
But we are spirits of another sort. I with morning's love have oft made sport. But, notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down. Up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
Ooh, I will be with these sprites.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again! Thou runaway, thou coward! Art thou fled? Speak! In some bush, where dost thou lie thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars, and wilt not come? Come, miscreant, come thou child, I'll whip thee with the rod! He is defiled that draws a sword on thee!
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no brawling here!
He goes before me and still he dares me on. When I come when he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That uneven am I, in dark and restless ways. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day. If thou but once show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge the spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot, thou runnest before me, shifting every place. And darest thou rise nor look me in the face? Where art thou now?
Come hither, I'm here!
Nay, and thou mockest me. Thou shalt abide this if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. Come daybreak, look to be visited.
Weary night, a long and tedious night, abate thy hours, and shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens from these my poor company to test, and sleep, which sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company. Yet but 3, come one more. 2 and 2 here makes up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with friars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here I will rest thee till break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they meet a fray. On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in love's true eyes. And all shall be well. So?
Set thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom? Ready. Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb? Ready. Monsieur Cobweb. Good Monsieur. Get you your weapon in your hand, and kill me a red-picked humblebee on the top of a thistle. And, good Monsieur, bring me the honey back. Fret not yourself too much in the action, and careful the honey bag break not, for I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, good Monsieur. Where's Monsieur Mustardseed?
Ready.
Give me your neef, Mustardseed. I ask your courtesy, good sir.
What's your will?
Nothing, but to help Cavalier Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, methinks, for I am marvels hairy about the face. And I'm such a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
Say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Or I have a desirous to a bale of hay. Good hay. Sweet hay. Hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I would rather have some dried peas. But let none of your people bother me, for I have had an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be all ways away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? His dotage now I do begin to pity. For, meeting him of late behind the wood, I did upbraid him and fall out with him. For he his hairy temples that had rounded, with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and the dew which sometime on the bud was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood between the pretty floweret's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had, at my pleasure, taunted him, and he in mild terms begged my patience, but straight he gave me loyalty and faith. And now I have my way. Now I'll his hateful imperfection of his eyes. My gentle Puck, take the transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the others do, may all to Athens back again repair. And think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will awake the fairy king. Be as thou was wont to be. See as thou was wont to see. Diamond's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, Titania, wake you, my sweet king.
My Oberon.
What visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass. How came these things to pass? Oh. How mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Puck, take off this head. Titania, music call, and and strike more dead than come and sleep of all these 5%. Music, oh music, such as charmed sleep.
When thou winkest with thine own fool's eyes, peep.
Sound music. Come, my king. Take hands with me and walk the ground whereon these
solemnly, dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity.
Fairy Queen.
There will the pair of faithful lovers be wedded, with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy Queen, attended mark, I do hear the morning lark. Then, my king, in silence sad trip we after my king. We the globe encompass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lady, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
But so what Meister these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. This Demetrius? This Lysander, this Helena. Oh, neither's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and fearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Egeus, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Huh. Go, wake them. Good morrow, friends! St. Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds once a couple now. Heart, my lord! I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes the gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply evasively, half sleep, half waking. As yet, I swear I cannot truly say how I think here. But yet, as I think, for truly I would speak, and I do bethink me. So it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the threat of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough! My lord, you have enough. I beg the law. The law on her head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent. My consent. She should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their secrecy, of this their purpose of the hither wood. And in fury I followed them. Fair Helen in fancy following me. My good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it seems. My love to Hermia, melted as the snow, now seems only as the remembrance of some idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And now my hand, the virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of my eye, is only Helena. 'Twas to her I was betrothed ere I saw. But like a sickness do I love this food. These things are small and indistinguishable, like far-off mountains, turning into clouds.
Fair lovers, you are fortunate to be met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by, with us, this couple shall eternally be knit. Away with us to Athens, we'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, my Hippolyta.
Methinks I see things with hearted eye.
So many things. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel. Mine own. And yet not mine own.
Are you sure we are awake? It seems as yet we sleep. We dream. Did the Duke not bid us follow?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And did he bid us follow to the temple?
Why, then we are awake. Let us follow, and by, we may recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hi-ho. Peter Quince. Flute, the bellows mender. Snout, the tinker. Starveling. Gods, my life, stolen hence and left me here asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream beyond the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he were to expound upon my dream. Methought I had... There is no man that can say what I had, and methought I was. But man is but a patrick fool if he were to say what methought I was. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. And it shall be called Bottom's Dream. For it hath no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I will sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he comes not, the play is marred. It goes not forward, Athens.
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens who can discharge Pyramus as he.
Nay, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yea. The best person too. And he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters! The Duke is coming for the temple, and there is 2 ladies who are married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could have escaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for Pyramus, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it too. 6 pence a day in Pyramus. Or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Oh, thank God.
Most courageous day! Almost on the hour! Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian. Nay, I will tell all, right as it fell out.
Let's hear, sweet one.
Not a word of me. All I will say is that the Duke hath died. Gather your apparel, get string for your beard, new ribbon for your pumps, and meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part, for the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe wear clean linen, and that he that play the lion pare not his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And, dearest actors, eat not onion nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I doubt not but to hear them say that it is a sweet comedy. Enough words. Away! Go away!
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of. More strange than true. I may never believe these antique fables, fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, and apprehend more than cool reason comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman, the poet's sigh. In a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, earth to heaven. The forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns to shape, and gives to every nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, comprehend some bringer of that joy.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witness it than fancy's images, and grows to something of more constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here comes the lovers! Joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends. May joy and fresh days of love accompany our hearts.
More than to us. Wait in your royal walks, your boards, your beds.
Come now. What mask, what dance to show we have to wear away the long age of 3 hours between our after supper and our bedtime. Where is our usual manager of mirth? Is there no play? What revels are in hand? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgments have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There's a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That I have told my love, in glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device. It was played when I from Thebes came as a conqueror. Thebes? The thrice 3 muses, mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with an upshot nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Tragical and mirth, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous straight stool. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. Which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word act, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself. Which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made my eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it!
No! My noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it, and it is nothing. Nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play. Can anything be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it? Go bring them in and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing of this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do. Noble respect takes in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes. Where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practice accents, and in conclusion, dumbly have broken off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, my sweet, out of this silence I get picked a welcome. And in the modesty of fearful duty, I gained as much from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, at least be most in my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
He knows not
moonshine, for if you would know, these lovers did think no scorn to meet by moonshine at Nisus' tomb. This grizzly beast. Lionheart by name, the trusty Thisbe, cosming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, and lie, and vile with bloody mouth did stain. Along comes Pyramus, a sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, did draw his dagger and died. For all the rest, lion, wall, moonshine, and lovers twain, at large discourse, which here do all remain. Okay.
I wonder if the lion be to speak. One lion may, what many asses do, my lord.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that in this crannied hole or crack, the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone show that I, in that same wall, the truth is so. And through this cranny right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are, to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better? The wittiest partition that e'er I heard discourse, my lord. Pyramus draws near the wall, silence.
Oh, grim-looked night. Oh, night with you so black. Oh, night which ever art when day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, oh wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, thou sweet and lovely wall, show me thine hole to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. Oh, what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through which I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, sir, in truth, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. He is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You will see, it will fall pat as I have told you. Yonder she comes.
My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones. Thy stones with lime and hair lit up in thee.
Methinks I see a voice. Now will I to the wall, to spy and I can see my Thisbe's face. Thisbe?
My love? Thou art my love? I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. And, like Lysander, am I trusty still.
And I, like Helen, to the fates me kill.
And not Chapelis de Procris was so true.
vile hole. Not your lips at all.
Wilt thou let Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
To death. I come without delay. Yeah.
My part distarged so, thus while away doth go.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard. The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if but imagination invent them.
Must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
Well, if we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in their bed and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentlest hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now perchance quake and tremble here when the lion in wildest rage doth roar, then know that I, as Snug the Joiner, should as a lion come in strife into this place, to pity on my life.
Every gentle beast and of good conscience.
The very best of the beast that e'er I saw, my lord.
The lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion. The fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. We'll leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
The lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be. All I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon. Myself, the man in the moon. What silence? Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my lamp?
So the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beam. I thank
Stay! Respite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear! Aye, the mantle's good. What? Stained with blood? Aye, ye furies fell! Oh, fates, come! Come! Cut thread and throb, queer, crushed and glued and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Wherefore didst lion frame, since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, who is no. Was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked with cheer. Come, tears, confound! Out sword! And wound this pap of Pyramus, I, the left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead, now am I fled, my soul is in the sky. Come, loose thy light, moon, take thy flight, and die!
No die. But an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace man, for he is dead, he is nothing.
With the help of the surgeon, we might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Ah, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead? cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Are gone! Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leaves. Come, sisters, flee. Come to me. With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears as thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast and brood. And farewell, friends. Thus, Thisbe ends.
listening to of our company.
Oh! No! For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse. But when the players are all dead, there need none to be played. Solemnity in nightly revels and new joy.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is that time of night that all the graves, all gaping wide, every one lets forth his sprite in the fairy paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team in remembrance of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now our frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hallowed house. I am set with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house, give glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance and tripping late.
First, rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
Now, until the break of day, through the house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will lead, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create, ever shall be fortunate. So to all the nobles three, ever true in loving be. And the field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate. To each several chambers blessed, through the palace there will be peace. And the owner of it, blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, if you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will
make amends ere long. Else the cock a liar call. And so, good night unto you all. Give